Yo, what's going on, everybody? Let's talk about these Knicks, man. Another disappointing loss today. Ah, man, these close ones, man. I thought that cardiac affair shit was over. I thought it was over. I guess not. Oh, man. All right, we'll talk about it. What's going on? So let's talk about this, man. This another cardiac Knicks affair. Like, I don't know. 1 minute they looking like the champions of the world. Next minute it's just like dogs. Like, come on, man. Like, we were up 10 at one point and we can't put it away. Bohan and Burks, they just, oh my God. Like, yo, give me QG back. Give me QG back. Go get that man back, even with the messed up knee. Them two, man, are not contributing to anything. I think both of them have 5 points. Man, they're terrible on defense. Every time they out on the court, like, it's open season. And Bohan, I don't know what people saw in him and whatnot or whatever, but they was hyping me up. You know, I never really looked at Bohan like that, but I saw a couple of highlights, and after they was telling me, yo, you got to he's a sharpshooter. Sharp what? Yo, man. Put him in the trunk, man. Put him in the trunk. It's like I'm scared now because come playoffs, these dudes are gonna be like a negative. And I'm like, come on, man. Like, do we need that? Just give me a moment. Do we need that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a question mark in the middle. It's a question mark in the middle, like, of this whole thing. And it's them two. It's them two. Burks and Bohan. That's going to be the X factor. Now, don't get me wrong. If they come through the playoffs, come through the playoffs. But right now, I don't even want to see them on the court, man. Every time I see them on the court, I'm like cringing. You know what I mean? But yeah, Brunson had another gem, 30 points and I think 7 assists. What can I say about that dude? He's holding this team up. Like, he's holding this team up like by a thread. You know what I mean? And it's like he's out there. I mean, he shot 11 for 25, but still 44%. But when it mattered, when we needed the bucket, he came through. Except for the, of course, the foul shot heard around the world. I mean, or didn't hear around the world, put it like that. Because the refs didn't make a call. You know what I mean? So came down to another nail biter, and your man SGA, basically put us in the coffin at that point. Yeah, Hartenstein had 17 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists. That dude's like the baby Joker, man. We can't ask but so much for him, from him, recovering and stuff like that. But he's looking good out there, man. He's looking good. 5 assists on top of 17 points and 12 rebounds. Like, he did his job, man. And you got Hart out there, he had 13 points and 15 rebounds. Like, this dude, this dude is like special. You know what I mean? And every time, I don't know why I think in my head of this dude is like Rondo. But I don't know why I get that feeling. You know, I know that's like kind of a bad comparison because of the height. I think Rondo was 6'1", but he looked taller than that for some reason. But you know, I feel like that. I don't know why. Maybe because he's doing so much out there. 13 points, 15 rebounds, six assists. 44%. Yeah, man, he's doing this. The only thing about Hart that I'm having a problem with, like when you got the shot, take it. Take the shot. When you got it, take it. You know what I mean? It's only going to make you better. So if you got the shot, take the shot. You know what I mean? So that's you, Josh Hart. Take the shot, And yeah, but like I know I've been talking a lot about Burks and Bohan, but trust me, it's warranted. But it's just ever since that trade, it's just been that like black hole in the middle. Like it's just nothing, non-existence, no offense, bad defense. He had probably like 2 games. I don't know how many games so far they've been with us so far. I don't know, 15 or more. But yeah, nothing. And that brings another question about that. Like, who's stepping up? Who's stepping up in the place of these two? Like these, because you're not getting any offensive, performance from Bohan or Burks. You're not getting that. No, that's not going on the scoreboard. So who's gonna fill that gap? And then what's going on with OG and Julius? Like, are they gonna be straight out into the playoffs? I don't know. Just the season looking kind of rocky right now. Before it was like, yo, we the best team in the league. And then when the injuries hit, and the more they try to keep quiet on things, it just makes me feel not confident. You know what I'm saying? And knowing that our playoff run is gonna be good, and healthy. But I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, but like who's gonna fill those gaps and the adjustments? Cause like Randall still ain't played with the new cats that we got, had that little run with OG, which was good, but still like they were still adjusting, and Mitch, what's going on with Mitch? Like, is this gonna be a problem? I'm hoping it's just like soreness and he wanted to sit, nothing like he re-aggravated or another ligament or whatever the hell was going on. But I just hope, he could get better, you know what I'm saying? And be ready for the playoffs, man. A lot of these players that we got back they're like nagging injuries now. So like, what about Julius if he come back? Is that gonna get resold? Does he, you know what I'm saying? It's just like a lot of questions right now that I feel aren't gonna be answered until the very last game in the playoffs. Like I feel like there's not gonna be anything. So McBride, he had 19 points on 6 for 15, which isn't efficient. He had some great defensive plays, so that was good. But 6 for 15, you know what I mean? He hit all his foul shots though. That's another thing. McBride hit 3 of 3 from the line. And that's another thing. He need to get to the line more. But like, I guess he don't drive as much to the basket. But free throws were the problems today. Like we gave up 11 points on the free throws and we lost by 2. Excuse me, my bad. Let me see. Oh, this is Jalen Williams, but we get to him in a minute. No, I had it up, but all right, 113 to 112. So we lost by 1 point. So like all we needed was 2 points out of them 11 free throws we missed, and we would have won. Well, 3, we would have won the game. Like, we only needed 8 points from the 8 more points from the free throw line, and we would have won the game. I mean, listen, we ain't got our players. You know what I'm saying? People want to say, "Oh, that's not an excuse," but yo, Oklahoma City. I mean, yeah, they were fully packed, so they were fully loaded, ready to go. So we didn't have our people, Julius, Mitch, OG, so. And then you got some 2 black holes in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Bohan and Burks. It's like, come on, man. Shit. But yeah, it was the free throws. We gave up 11 points. We could have easily won this game. We would have hit our free throws, even though Brunson wasn't getting called. That's a whole nother thing with this ref thing going on. They're gonna have to investigate or do something. Like, and it's not just Brunson. Like, that play where they overturned the play where Josh Hart got fouled, driving to the basket, and the dude had his hand on his hip the whole time, and then he smacked the ball while having his hand on Josh Hart's hip, and then hit him afterwards after the ball was loose. Like, you overturned and said no foul now, where clearly the hand on the hip prevented him from like continuing the shot. Like, I don't understand it. That shit gets me and it pisses me off. But like, they're gonna have to do something with these refs. I don't know if it's this new betting stuff that's going on. Like, every commercial was bet this, bet that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, is the NBA gonna turn into like some old fake wrestling type? I don't know. Whatever. I don't even want to think about that. But yeah. So yeah, we lost 113 to 112 to the best team in the West, only by 1 point, and we didn't even have our peoples. So that's a good thing. Keep that on your wig. Keep that on your wig. You know what I mean? And we've been holding I think we 4th seed still. So we've been holding that down, fighting, scraping for our lives, you know what I mean, without our peoples. But it is what it is. They were 53.7% from the field. We were 41%. I mean, almost the same with the 3-pointers. I mean, we shot more 3-pointers than them, but they was just as horrible in some, manner. Just the free throws, 12 for 24. We were 23 for 34. You know what I mean? So we left 11 points on the board. Yeah, they was bad at the free throw line too. I ain't gonna hold you. So they were like, let me see, 12, 24, 12, 11. I guess that goes and negates my theory about if we would have scored more, right, on the free throw line. Because if they would have hit their shots, they would have had 12 more points. If we would have hit ours, we would have had 11. So still all in all, you know what I mean? Yeah, so we have more rebounds than them, more offensive rebounds than them. They have more defensive rebounds. 29 assists to 24. Blocks, they had 8. We had 3. Steals, we had 8. They had 6. Turnovers, they had 12. We had 10. 44 points in the paint. So we had 19 fouls today, 23. So, listen, these calls, they got to be called, man. These fouls got to be called. You know what I mean? Achua, he did his little thing, but he couldn't really keep up. He had to sit a couple of times because he was getting burnt. But yeah, we gotta pick up the pieces. See what's the next game we got up next. No, it's the Heat tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. So you play the Heat, and that's in Miami. All right, okay. And then we play the Kings, the Bulls, and the Bucks. Wow. Okay. And then back to the Bulls again. Got the Bulls like 3 times. Like, this is mad weird. But yeah, let's see if we can get it in the Heat tomorrow. You know, we could have had 2 games so far. We could have had the Spurs game. We could have had this game going. At least we had those 2 games going into Miami. Now we got going to Miami, which I ain't scared of them dudes, man. Them dudes is finished. You know what I mean? Miami ain't doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Word. But yeah, so there's a lot of factors into the game yesterday, and the injury thing is just gonna be like a topic of discussion until they come back, because nobody knows when they're officially gonna come back, and it's just confusing, you know what I'm saying, all around with the Knicks fans or whatever. It's just got to stay pat. What we see on the court is what we getting. That's it. Like, stay focused on who we got and how we can, remedy these wins, But like I said, man, like, honestly, if Burks and Bohan was like doing what they came here to do, you know what I'm saying, we would have been good, but they ain't been showing up. So that's a big issue. They haven't been showing up, But yeah, so let me see. Anybody else on the team that I didn't talk about? Trying to think. Oh, DiVincenzo, he had like a bad game. 4 for 18. Like, come on, Chenzo. Couldn't hit a shot. So yeah, it was like, he came on, I think late on in the 4th, but like 4 for 18. Considering you're like the second scorer right now in the offense on the starting unit. So like 4 for 18 is not good. That's not going to help us. Yeah, we're just going to have to do a better job at buckling down when we get the leads, play defense. And when we get the leads, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like every time Tibbs, we get the lead and then Tibbs inserts Bohan or Burks, it's just like, forget the lead, it's gone. Like, I just feel that way. I don't know how people feeling that way, but let me know in the comment section, you know what I'm saying? If y'all feel that way. But because them dudes has just been like a negative. And it's just like, oh my God. Like, I'd have rather had QG's defense and, you know what I'm saying, and his inefficient scoring. At least we getting something on, some sort of side of things with that. But yeah, that was a game. Ain't no thing to cry about it. You know what I'm saying? We still in 4th seed. You know what it is. We riddled with injuries and things like that. So yeah, so that's the best, the best we could do right now. Especially if Brunson's all tired and hurting and jacked up. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. We just got to go through it into the playoffs, and hopefully, like, the start of the playoffs, I'm hoping that rumor ain't true. Somebody had said it, but don't quote me on that they was coming back, in the playoffs or whatever. I don't know if I seen it on one of these shows, one of the podcasts or not, but I know I thought I seen that, but don't quote me on that. yeah. But we need them to come back at least 5 games before. You know what I mean? Even if it gets sore, you got like 2 games to relax, or in between 1 game to relax and come back. I don't know. But everything was looking mad good and bright, you know what I'm saying? And then just injuries all over the place, man. But it is what it is. I'll check y'all later. Yo, this is J Mars. Knicks Live. You know, hit the like, hit the comment. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get the show up, you know, and yeah. I'll check y'all later. Peace out.